So it begins your not so ordinary heat wave as we're experiencing some of the hottest air we've had in years. And we hope you're watching us from a cool spot and maybe with a cold treat in hand. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
I'm Annette Montgomery and I'm here with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Rachel, we were in the high 90s today, but things go up a notch.
100 for a temperature. And that does not happen very often for us here in Connecticut. And the last time was 7 years ago. So this is, again, not your average heat wave. Today, this is not a computer projection, but this is the current heat index. So you're combining the heat and the amount of humidity in the air to calculate the heat index. The more moisture there is in the air, the harder it is for your body to cool off and the hotter you feel. You can see at 6 o'clock now, the numbers updating on the fly to account for the latest conditions. So it feels like 99 in Hartford, feels like 87 in the New Haven area. Here's a look at actual temperatures, not as high as the heat index, but still hot in Hartford at 90. Along the shoreline, though, getting some relief, 82 for the New Haven area and 79 in Groton. We've got that weather impact alert through the day on Saturday for similar conditions with the heat and humidity making it feel like up to 110 degrees. But the two hottest days will be Thursday and Friday. That's when we could see actual temperatures hit 100, at least for the Hartford area. There is a chance for a hit or miss shower or thunderstorm. You can see them kind of popping up almost at random, seemingly. Overnight lows will fall back into the 70s and heading through the day tomorrow. Again, it's a warm, humid start to the day. It's tough if you don't have AC in your home because you really can't open up the windows and there's no real fresh air to be had. Heading through the day tomorrow, again, highs will climb between 95 to near 100 degrees. Not as hot at the shoreline, but we are all sweating. We'll take a look at the weekend forecast, including July 4th, coming up.
And the challenge, of course, for people during this steamy stretch is finding ways to cool down. You can see splash pads across the state were full of families today. And Fox 61's Jamel Johnson spoke to people at one in Cromwell today to see how well they're beating the heat.
For many Connecticut children, this is the first week of their summer break, and it just happened to fall on the days during the state's big heat wave. But when there's heat, water is always the solution. On a hot day, that first splash of water at the splash pad is a feeling unlike any other. For James Sampson and his family, they weren't going to let the heat get the better of them.
It's really exhausted out here. It's hot, so we're just trying to keep them from out of the house and off them tablets and things like that, getting them involved into the outside world, you know. You know what I mean? It's real hot, so they got to do something. The
most intense heat is expected now through Friday, with temperatures feeling like they are over 100 degrees. For these families, the heat has just started.
I'm in New Jersey, so it's been hot out there. This is something, I ain't never felt no heat like this. I'm about to be 40, so I never been in no heat wave like this, you know, so I'm just trying to adapt to it, you know, and try to keep the kids safe.
Levi Peruccio and his babysitter, Era Hassan Kohli, also came to the splash pad during his first week off from school.
Very fun because it's like we're very close. And it's like the only place that we have water.
As his nanny, Hassan Kohli was already one step ahead when she heard about the high temperatures coming this week.
We need to get out and go in the water. Like anywhere there's water, we're going to be this summer. It's safe for them to play. You don't need a life vest. And it's just fun. They love it. Last week it was in the 70s and it was like really just chill, kind of cold, and then now it's really hot.
These families also stress the importance of hydration on days like this.
Yeah, I brought water on in the cooler, juices, you know, just to keep them, you know what I mean, energized and, you know, electrolytes in them. So nobody get no stroke or anything like that, because they out here with nothing on their head. They got hair, you know, attract heat. So try to keep light colors on.
Now Watchers Park Splash Pad is open from 9 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. And if you want to use a splash pad to cool off, just check your local splash pad hours. In Cromwell, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
And with the temperatures rising, transportation officials are sending out a reminder to drivers to make sure their vehicles are prepared for extreme heat. Here's Devin Patton.
Before getting behind the wheel, make sure to fill up your gas tank and try to keep it about 3/4 full. Test your car battery and check those fluid levels. Next, check your tire pressure to reduce the chances of a blowout. For every 10-degree temperature change, your tires lose or gain air. And don't forget to pack an emergency travel kit with extra water, healthy snacks, oh yeah, that cell phone charger, and a first aid kit.
And here are some tips to help you stay cool. Make sure to drink plenty of non-alcoholic fluids, opt for loose and lighter colored clothing, and remember to wear sunscreen and to check for a label that says blocks UVA and UVB or broad spectrum. Also, please make sure to look out for signs of heat-related illness or heat exhaustion like nausea, headaches, dizziness, heavy sweating, and a fast or weak pulse. Anyone with these symptoms should get out of the sun to cool off. Also, make sure to contact first responders and get medical attention if you see someone passed out. And remember, during this hot stretch, you can check the Fox 61 app for the latest conditions and weather impact alerts. You can also stream our newscasts no matter where you are. Breaking news in New Britain, the city says it has not received its first restitution payment from former Mayor Erin Stewart. She had until today to pay more than $102,000 in attorney's fees. She also owes the city thousands in unearned vacation time and tuition reimbursement. Mayor Bobby Sanchez says the city hasn't heard from Stewart about the payment. He says he has directed corporate counsel to take every legal step available to recover the money. Right now, a person is hospitalized with serious burns following a morning house fire in West Hartford. Now, it was a big scene in an already busy area of the town, and not only were crews fighting the fire, but they were also fighting through the heat. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson has the story.
It's the first house you see when you get off of exit 43 in West Hartford, that blue house at the center of Park Road. That house is now filled with soot and smoke after an aggressive morning house fire.
We got the call around 8:54 this morning. Our first arriving paramedic units jumped right into caring for the burn victim, who had sustained significant burns through a good portion of his body.
It was a chaotic scene in the 500 block of Park Road just off of I-84. Firefighters received multiple calls of smoke pouring from a home.
I've been here for about 20 years, and he said there's just an investigation. Investigation?
Susan Gilknight, who lives a few houses down, told us the house had been empty for months after the original owner died and their son took over. Realtor.com shows the house is currently pending sale. Firefighters found a man outside the home who suffered severe burns. Deputy Fire Chief Jared Smith told us the crew immediately split resources to give life-saving care to the man. Luckily, the West Hartford Fire Department received mutual aid from Hartford, Newington, and Yukon fire departments. That allowed firefighters to rotate in and out of the sweltering heat.
We were well resourced, which was essential in the heat because crews simply can't work that long in 100-degree heat index.
Now, questions still remain.
We've got our fire marshal's office and police department detective division there, and as well as members from the state police. So it'll be an ongoing effort to determine the cause and origin.
As neighbors pray for good news when hope is running thin.
God, I hope he does, but kind of the word got back to me today that they don't think he's going to make it.
And as we mentioned, one person is in the hospital receiving treatment for what officials called serious burn injuries. We'll keep you updated on their condition as we learn more. In West Hartford, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
The Vernon Rail Trail is back open tonight after a truck loaded with water went off the highway and onto the trail. State police say a tractor trailer crashed on I-84 West near exit 65 around 3:15 this morning. No one was hurt, and crews cleared that scene around 11:30 a.m. At this time, officials haven't said what caused the crash. We'll take a look. Two people who climbed the Empire State Building in New York City during lunch hour today are now in police custody. The couple opened a banner that reads, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." No injuries were reported, but it's not yet clear how the pair managed to reach the very top of the 1,454-foot landmark. The incident, of course, caught workers at the building and tourists by surprise.
I was thinking, how did they get through security? I mean, if you've ever been up to the observatory, it's really intense security. You go through metal detectors, all sorts of things.
Not our first visit to New York, and it's not our first visit up the Empire State Building. But it's crazy. It's like being in the movies.
That incident, workers were seen inspecting equipment on the tower. That antenna at the top transmits broadcast signals for virtually all of the city's local TV and radio stations. Waterbury's former water superintendent pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of forgery today. Bradley Millay is accused of lying about his educational and professional experience in order to appear qualified for the position. He resigned in April when he was questioned about possible misconduct related to his position. Investigators say this was revealed while they looked into the city's water system. The U.S. men's national team has 2 choices tonight: win or go home. They're set to play Bosnia and Herzegovina at 8 tonight in the round of 32. And of course, people here in Connecticut are rooting for a red, white, and blue win. Fox 61's Tim Latow is live on Pratt Street in Hartford, the center of World Cup watch parties. Hey, Tim.
Hey, and tonight could be the largest watch party we've seen all summer, and that's because, like you said, the winner advances, the loser goes home. Fans know that there is a small chance this could be the final watch party of the summer if Team USA is not able to pull off a win tonight. Now, the weekly watch parties on Pratt Street have attracted crowds as large as 1,500 people. Every week, more decorations are added. Pratt Street becomes more lively. The largest crowd could be coming tonight despite that heat. That's because it's Team USA's first knockout game as they take on Bosnia and Herzegovina. While Team USA is expected to win, they could also get sent home. Businesses know it could be the fans' last chance to have a watch party like this, so those businesses are doing all they can to prepare. The same safety precautions are in place as always, with police and fire department personnel staffed to accommodate a crowd of 2,000. They can bring in backup if needed. An extra addition today is that trucks are bringing in hundreds of gallons of free drinking water. People are also able to bring their own water bottles in, and then they can fill them up at these drinking stations. Organizers say they expect the largest and most energetic crowd they've seen all summer.
Yeah, this is the biggest, right? So this is what we live for. All the rest is just the warm-ups, and now these are the knockout games, so U.S. needs every bit of support we can get. Tonight's going to be a good crowd. It's going to be hot as heck, but so water and hydration and just like the players, I guess, right?
And organizers say to make sure that you are well hydrated even before you arrive to these watch parties. They say that the restaurants also help them out and order your food as early as possible. We plan on eating here as well tonight. Now live in Hartford, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Tim. And remember, you can watch the U.S. men's national team take on Bosnia and Herzegovina at 8 tonight on Fox 61. And a reminder, our evening news will stream right here during that time. Well, fresh off helping the New York Knicks win their first NBA title in 53 years, center Mitchell Robinson is headed to a longtime rival. Now, there are reports Robinson has agreed to a 3-year, $47.4 million deal with the Boston Celtics. The longest tenured Knicks player battled injuries throughout his career, but played a key role in New York's championship run with his rebounding and defense.